So I'm at the San Francisco International Airport with my mom. I'm checked in, I'm about to go through security and say goodbye, and my mom starts crying again. She says, "I don't know why you have to go so far away." I had always been the good son, right? I had the right major in college, I got a good paying job. I was always doing everything to make my parents happy. But I decided I needed to really be on my own, just start living my own life. So on that day, 20 years ago, at the San Francisco International Airport, I left home and moved to Asia, and I never moved back. I'm definitely not the good son anymore. But I do go back and I still visit my parents. I'm not a monster. And on one visit, my mom and I are walking into the doctor's office, and the nurse says that only one of us can go inside. My mom says, "What?" She can only hear if you scream directly into her ear. So that's what I do. Only one of us is allowed inside with him. My mom says, "You go. I'll wait outside." I always knew this day would get here. Something would happen to one of my parents, and I wouldn't be there. And the something happening is cancer, and the person it's happening to is my dad. And I feel like it was a mistake to be away for so long, because I've already missed so much time with my parents, and I don't know how much more time they have left. So I tell my dad, "I'm gonna go see the doctor with you instead of mom, okay?" He takes a big breath, lets out this sigh, and he says, "Do you know how old I am? I don't need a babysitter." But I think maybe he does. We're going to see the oncologist. It's the last visit before he has surgery to get a tumor removed. When they call his name, we both go into the doctor's office. Dr. Cheng is this tall, soft-spoken doctor. He asks my dad a lot of questions, and my dad just gives these long, rambling answers, and I'm there with like a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm just taking notes as fast as I can. Then my dad lays on the exam table. The doctor starts to give him like a physical exam, and it all feels really strange for me because my dad is the guy who was always in the doctor's office with me when I was a kid. When I hurt myself or broke an arm or did something stupid, I was always so scared that I was gonna die. But my dad was there to let me know that everything would be okay. When we're done, we leave the office, and my dad starts explaining everything that the doctor said to my mom. But he's saying all these things that the doctor didn't say, so I interrupt. I'm like, "Dad, none of what you're saying is true." I take out my notes, and I start reading the notes that I had taken to my mom. My dad's face goes blank, and he comes up with this excuse. He's like, "Well, I was just trying to make it easier to understand." But I think he realizes that he got a lot of things wrong. My mom says, "What did the doctor say?" And I'm like, "Mom, did you not hear anything I said?" I feel like I'm in this impossible situation. My dad, he can't remember anything. My mom can't hear anything. And my dad, he may or may not be dying of cancer. I remember why I don't live there anymore. It feels like my parents need more from me than I could possibly give them. We go back home, and out of nowhere, my mom tells me that she's gonna go to the store. She needs to get some milk. I am almost positive there's milk in the fridge, but I just go along with it. "Sure, Mom, let's go." We get into the car, my mom is driving. As soon as the car starts moving, my mom asks me, "So, do you think you might move home soon?" Now it makes sense. Now I know why we're out buying milk. My mom has me right where she wants me. I am stuck here, and I can't do anything except answer her questions. This isn't the first time she's asked me that, but I can never come up with the right answer. I'm like, Mom, it's not that easy. My whole life is over there. I can't just move back. We just sit there in the car, and my mom says, well, your dad is sick, and I don't know how long I'm going to be around either. I'm like, I know, Mom. I know. It just feels horrible. Like, I just want to jump out of this moving car. I watch my mom wipe tears from her eyes, and we don't really talk much for the rest of that trip to the store. I don't know if I can move back just because my mom wants me to. I mean, that's the reason I left in the first place. And they're not kids. Me just being there isn't going to make everything okay. So I call Singapore Airlines and I delay my return flight back to Singapore by 2 weeks. And I figure I can stay a little bit longer, spend more time with my mom, help take care of my dad after his surgery. I might not be the good son anymore, but I feel like maybe I can still be a better son. Thanks a lot.